2-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready? 6 yards. Hey, come on now, come on now.
Now the second year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And he'll get about 3 as he takes us up near the 25.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
They're running it.
Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Haskins. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Redskins have the 1st down on a pickup of 18.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the Cowboys' 45-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff to Thompson. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. A deep ball for Dotson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this will remain a scoreless game. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield.
49, check 49, check 49. Here we go, 46.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st.
A gain of 15. And a Cowboy 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We're going to go 47. 53 come up. 53. Check 53. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Kill. He's checking 26.
Prescott from the gun. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 19-yard line. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the Redskins.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't?
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. 11 yards there, first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On second down, Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. Again to Elliott, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. Of course, the door for Maher was opened after a little bit of a surprise move. The Cowboys letting go of Dan Bailey last year.
Yeah, Maher took over in the preseason. He's from Nebraska via the Canadian Football League where he kicked for 4 years. And I saw him personally make 2 game-winning field goals last season against Detroit and in Atlanta.
And now look at him go. The 30, 10, touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. A reminder coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one from Atlanta. Eagles and Falcons, 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow on Monday Night Football, Odell Beckham back in New York, back in MetLife Stadium. Browns and Jets, 8:15 Eastern on Monday night.
Check 56. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache. 56.
Prescott on first down. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Breaking that one up, the former All-Pro Josh Norman.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Prescott to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw, Haskins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Here's Austin. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw is Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. 23 yards the pickup there.
And a Cowboy first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
This will be fielded at the 17. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Hand off to Thompson. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. 3rd down, here's Haskins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Tony Pollard out of the backfield, the intended target, but it's going to be second down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Here's Prescott. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go, D. Shit! Watch the shit! Here we go, 47.
Second and 5 now. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. And the drive begins with a run by Geis. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Geis showing he's going to be an important part of this Redskin backfield as he's in there again for 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Haskins. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 22 yards there, a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They give it here to Thompson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
I'm here all day.
Haskins on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jeremy Sprinkle, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, left side on the swing pass.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end. But running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
56. Mike, 56, right there, 56.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9, Prescott into a double team, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but it'll be 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
2nd and 10 now. Haskins. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Back now at FedEx Field as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, kill. 47.
From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line, Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now. They're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
25. Check 25. Check 25. 66.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On second and 10, Haskins. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doctson, and now it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. They'll run on first down. Thompson. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
They'll hand it down to Geis. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, you have to be Adrian Peterson off to the races. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Caught left side by Cobb. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a first down throw that's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On second down now. It's Elliott, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
They go play action here on first down. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Set, hut, 60 out low. Mike. Here we go, D.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27.
So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home, but still an upset. They got the job done.
Yeah, even being at home was not enough for people to think they were going to pull this one off. But give them credit for playing not just a smart football game, but one where they were going to be physical about the whole thing. They put up their fists and said, let's fight, and showed their crowd that they were into this one.
And then that's the thing, the crowd responded. They were really good in this game.
Yeah, they were not going to be